What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, Third Gen Junkies. You know who it is, Chris. And today, today we're going to be working on Ruby. Dirty Ruby. And really the only thing that's on top of the car is stuff, the boxes that came, parts for the car. So today we're going to be putting the oil dipstick tube back in. I'm gonna get the wipe out here. I cleaned those up a while back, and those are actually painted, but they've rusted from sitting, surprisingly. Gonna get the front brakes bled out on this thing, see how the back brakes look. I actually, in the past video, showed you guys I got the rims and tires together, so I will be mounting them on. I don't know if I actually have a good set of center caps for them. But yeah, so we're gonna bleed the brakes, we're gonna do that. We're gonna go over this short list. I think this matches my phone, but it's actually easier. As you can see, the list says Ruby's to-do list, vacuum routing, steering column with keys, add trans fluid, install or figure out the vacuum TCI trans lockup kit, the electric cutout, get the rims and tires on, go through the brakes, check all the fluids. Goal for first drive is November 30th, 2020. It is now April 22nd, 2022. And heater core is whatever, I don't even know, it's just bypass for now, I don't care. But yeah, even my list on my phone, let's see here, my list on the phone says vacuum routing, steering column with keys, add trans fluid, install TCI lockup kit on the trans, electric cutout, rims, tires, bleed brakes, and go through the brakes. If necessary, install push to start. So the purple wire, hopefully that steering column there will actually solve that problem. So that is the goal for today, is to try to get the brakes bled, get the oil dipstick tube installed. Also, Ken was supposed to come out. It's like 45 degrees, it was windier and it was raining non-stop. Now, as you can see, it is, let's see, come on, it is pretty clear. The sun is actually still setting, you can see by the trees. But yeah, he was supposed to come out and help me put this thing in time, get it timed, and then go from there, try to knock out some of this other stuff that needs to be done. But he got preoccupied. So what I'm gonna do is, I don't think I want to tackle, and actually I can see my breath in the light now. He said it was kind of too cold and he wanted to kind of work on it another day. If I get this dipstick tube in and I fire it up and I can actually get it to idle and I can hold the throttle myself, I'll turn the light on myself and try turning the distributor to do it myself. If I can't, so be it, whatever. But yeah, so that's the goal. I'm probably not gonna try tackling the steering column first. I know my buddy Ryan did it pretty quickly, but I think I'd rather try to get the brakes done, but the wife is inside cleaning and she'll probably get upset if I have her help me bleed the brakes. But I don't know, what needs to be done needs to get done, so I might have her come help me with that. And I still got to top off all the fluids. So yeah, transmission fluid, it's one that's kind of hard because you got to fill it up, shift it through all the gears, shift it back up. and it's got to be warm so they can check the level. So, but yeah, we're gonna get to it. So give me a second and see if I can round this old lady up, see if we can get this stuff going. And I need to organize and clean. This shit's ridiculous. Like, there's just stuff piling up everywhere. Parts for Max right there. Parts for Space Ghost or Max. Yeah, bunch of stuff. So give me a minute. Okay, pump it.
Pump it all the way down.
Huh? Just trying to see if anything's leaking. All right. Let's see here. Hold it.
Like pump it?
Hold it.
Like put it all the way down?
Yes. Push it down and hold it. Floor. Okay, pump it. All right, hold it.
On floor.
Okay, pump it. All right, hold it. Floor.
Yeah.
Okay, this side should be good. That's pure fluid. Very clean this. Other side. All right, turn the wheel the other way. Yeah, turn the key forward like you're gonna try to start it, and then turn the wheel the other way. Okay. Caps. All right, pump it. All right, hold it. Up to there. Hold it, hold it, hold it. All right, pump it. All right, hold it. Oof. How does it feel? Does it feel stiff? Alright. Should be it. Alright, guys. kind of weird situation here. Brakes are bled, didn't see anything leaking anywhere, everything's good. When she pumps hard on it, I was hearing a squirting. All that down there, as you can see on the steering shaft there, it's shiny right here. And then all down there is wet. And the brake line is right there, but it's not leaking out of the brake line anywhere. So I started looking, and it looks like it's leaking out of here to be the booster and down. And it's weird because when she pumped it right here on the side of the master cylinder reservoir, it was pumping air back up and spraying it, and it was like coming out from under the seal and leaking. And I've wiped this down already, and as you can see down here, it's wet already. And that back reservoir was empty this morning, so I don't know if it leaked out over time into that pan that was down there or what, but yeah. So the next step, try to get as much done as I can by myself. It is hard as hell to see. I'm probably not even going to attempt to try to get you guys down here. I might a little bit, but you're not going to be able to see all the way down there where it's at. But I have to go between these spark plug wires here and down to get the oil dipstick in. Plan is that this light is like everywhere. It's not where it needs to be. Okay, so this oil dipstick tube don't have. God, this is like horrible. I need another set of hands or somebody to help me. As usual, nobody, because nobody knows how to help anybody. So this dipstick tube doesn't have the tab that usually comes off of it, which would be bolted to, there again, I don't have enough hands, bolted to one of the header bolts, usually like the one that's right here that you can't see because it's in the shadow on the video. And my light is way too long because it's a lightsaber. We'll get in there to show you. So, like right in there is a bolt. You can barely see. Right there. Or like right here, but it'd be more back here. It would bolt to one of those, and then it would bolt down. It wouldn't flop around. In my case, it doesn't work that way. So in my case, I have this, and it has this rubber boot right here. And even though it's supposed to seat down into the block, this thing just slides and flips and flops and does all this type of thing. So, plan is high temp red Rtv gasket sealer. I'm gonna put a nasty amount of it on here, because even if it goes on into the crankcase, it's gonna get sucked up into the fuel pump, but it won't do anything, and it can't hurt the internals of the engine because it'll just destroy it. So I'm gonna coop this on, and I can actually look between these tubes right here as I feed it through right here, and I can see what's going on and try to get it down in there and get it sealed. That'll be one more thing off the list, and then after that I will probably try to tackle getting the steering column in, hopefully by myself. It's usually not that fun. So I do have the battery charger on it because it was down to about 10 volts. I hadn't charged it or started the car or anything in a while, but I need to get the gas or the dipstick tube in, let that gasket maker Rtv sealer seal up, so that when we do go to start it, it won't spray oil all over the passenger side header, which is what it did before, and it soaked down my DEI boots for the spark plug wires and the spark plugs that are leaning on the headers, like here, which is not good. But there is really like no way to do this to make it good. I mean, seriously, there's like no way to do it. So I did the best I could and tried to, you know, tuck it up and off of them, because they will melt even though they're rated for hotter than what this is. I mean, look at this. This is just rust that's been building up as they've been sitting from the moisture in the floor coming up out of the floor. You want the cardboard underneath it. So, but yeah, I'm gonna try to get this done, and then I'll be back and see where we're at that point. And hopefully I'll have another battery for you guys charged and more Milwaukee batteries charged by that time, because I wasn't prepared for this video and I didn't know we were doing it till like the last minute. So give me a minute and we're gonna get some shit done. Alright guys, so that was somewhat of a nightmare, because there's a little gasket that goes on there. It's basically like a piece of vacuum liner that they cut and shove on there. It's supposed to go down in the hole, and it didn't. Let me see something real quick. No, gotta turn that off before I get monetized. So yeah, you're probably not gonna be able to see this because yeah, my light just died, and I don't know if my other batteries are charged. Thought it would last longer, but no, not tonight. So I don't know, I don't think you guys are able to see way back up in there. Light back up in there. Here's the screen goes dark. Really hard to see back down in there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's some orange Rtv gasket maker on the dipstick tube, and I kind of just shoved the dipstick tube right here in this groove. I had to cut that rubber o-ring thing, like whatever vacuum line shit that they put on there, off, because it was too big for the orifice to go down the hole. Now I do know there's an old school trick where if the engine was out of the car and the headers were in the way, you would basically cut a small strip of a tin can, pop can, beer can, whatever, and you would cut little recesses in it and turn it into a circle all the way around and shove it down in the hole and fold it over. So it would essentially be like an L like this, but in a circle all the way around the hole. And then you would shove your dipstick tube down in there, pound it down in, it would hold it tight wherever you wanted it, and it was fine. I can't do that. The headers are on. Obviously it's in the car, and I'm not running to go try to find something different. I did bring the hammer and the 2x4 to try to pound it down with the rubber whatever piece of excuse me, breathe wrong. The rubber piece of the gasket or vacuum line or whatever the hell it was, to try to pound it down in there. It wouldn't go. There's no really good way to like shave it down with a knife or something, so I just said screw it. I cut it off, and I actually had grabbed an o-ring from work, and I had other o-rings and stuff just like sitting around over here, and I grabbed the o-ring from work to test it, and excuse me, I worked 12 hours today. I threw the o-ring on with a layer of that gasket maker and shoved it down in there, got it positioned where it's at. Only problem is it's kind of hard to pull the dipstick out of the tube, so I don't know how well that's gonna work out. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know if that's gonna work or not. We'll see when the time comes. I did check the oil in it. It does smell like gas. The gas that is in the fuel filter is pretty yellow, so it's a little tarnished. Not super bad, but it's tarnished. here I still have, I don't know why, but I bought a fuel pressure regulator, not realizing that the fuel pump actually regulates it itself. But I could probably use this on another build somewhere. I still have the push to start button just in case. Need to put that in, and just other extra parts. The old fuel pump, the old carb that I had on it with the rebuild kit, and just a bunch of random extra stuff and carb spacers. And I know there's like a spring kit or something in here. There's, I don't even know, there's all types of junk in here. Yeah, there's, I don't know, where is it? It's like a spring kit or something in here somewhere. I don't know if it's a return spring kit or what. I think it's like springs for inside the carb. There's studs for this thing. Oh, my alligator clip for testing. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of shit in here. But yeah, so, and then the stock air filter that came with this thing, and I put the lower specter on so that it would drop it down. Fit under the hood, which isn't the greatest because the hood literally sits almost completely on top of it. So it's not the greatest, but it will get airflow, so it's fine, whatever. I was gonna put the Ram air box back on it and actually tube it up and direct it in straight into the carb. I'm probably not gonna do that. I don't know. This battery's gonna die here soon, but I might tackle the steering column next because that's pretty easy, and that will literally take, besides adding transmission fluid, probably adding more antifreeze, and checking a few other things for the most part, besides putting the rims and tires on it and getting it on the ground. Oh, I think that's pretty much it, besides timing it. So yeah, I'm gonna let the batteries charge, and probably the next thing I'm gonna do is try tearing out the steering column and get this new one in here because it's got a key. Let's see if that happens to be the issue of why when I hook up the purple wire it won't start. So if that isn't the issue, then that means that there's a problem with the wire somewhere between where it hooks up on the starter and comes up here to the distributor, or goes into the harness somewhere, which will suck. But in worst case scenario, I put in a push to start. So, but I will see you guys in a minute because this battery's about to die.